Hi guys, ZCrazyG here. Today's video is going to be a bit of a off the fly. Is that what you call it? Or just I don't know. I'm completely doing this off the top of my head because this is something I just want to give my genuine, honest thoughts on. It's a topic that's been very, very hotly discussed in the Crash Bandicoot community. Yeah, I'm not going to be around the bush. Let's discuss about microtransactions in CTR. So, when I first heard of this, when the newest Grand Prix was announced, Activision came out and said that yes, they were going to give the option to buy Wumpa coins with real money. My initial reaction was like, oh, for fuck's sake, and but then I just kind of sat back and just sort of ignored it. And what I kind of said in my video discussing the Grand Prix, that what I said about microtransactions there, that kind of reflected my initial thoughts. But the more I've sat down and thought about it, the more pissed off I get, and the more angry I am at this idea of the microtransactions being in CTR. And I waited until the option was actually put into the game, and they have been now. So you can now buy, I think it's like something like 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000 coins. Fuck. Okay, let's just start this. Do I like the fact that microtransactions are in CTR? Do I fuck? I don't like microtransactions in general. I don't believe many people do. I'm sure there's a small majority out there that do, but am I shocked that they've been put in? Absolutely not. Completely. I am not surprised in the slightest. A lot of people are really shocked and angry, especially considering that this was done post-release. People are saying, oh my god, how could Activision do this? Because they've done it before. They have done it multiple times before. That is why I'm not shocked. I am not surprised because they have done it multiple times before. Case in point, the Call of Duty franchise. Now, those of you may not know, I am also a big fan of Call of Duty Zombies. Just the Zombies mode, I'm not really... I couldn't really give a shit about multiplayer or any of the other modes, but I love Zombies, Treyarch especially. I really started to get into it with Black Ops 3, is when I started getting in Zombies what am I saying? Is when I started to get into Zombies really sort of more seriously, and that's also probably around the time when microtransactions in Call of Duty started to become a real fucking problem. Before that, they had Advanced Warfare, which allowed you to buy things, just standalone items with money. That was pretty shit as it was, and that was also coincidentally the first Call of Duty of the current generation of consoles. Yeah, it does kind of seem like microtransactions are a big thing of this generation. Makes you wonder. But yeah. In Black Ops 3, the whole idea of COD points is which is like an in-game currency. You can't earn them in-game though. That's the shit. You can earn like an alternate thing to buy them, or you can just skip that and buy it with these COD points. And they introduced these in Black Ops 3 about 2 months in, I think, or something. People were not happy, mainly because to earn new weapons and new stuff in the game, they were locked behind loot boxes. Fuck's sake, like, it was ridiculous. It was total shit. And Black Ops 3, I think, oh my god, I loved the zombies in that game, don't get me wrong, absolutely loved the zombies, great zombies game, but, fuck, man, that was just cunty to do that, and then Infinite Warfare comes around. Again, they don't have anything about microtransactions for a month or so. Oh, and then they put it in. To be honest, they did have loot boxes. And actually, no, yeah, I shouldn't be on the bush. They did have loot boxes, and I think they did have an option to, like, a quest you could do to unlock weapons in there, so that was a little bit better, I guess. In the Zombies mode, they just put the DLC weapons in, which is fucking great, and thankfully, there wasn't really any loot box or grindy stuff in the Zombies mode. Then World War II came along, same fucking situation, man. They had that whole thing of the what was it, the armory system, where you could buy guns using these things called armory credits, and once that thing was over for a limited time, you could only get them in reserve cases, which you could, to be fair, World War II did do okay. It did give you a fairly good earn rate of cases or like loot boxes, but the thing is, they were still loot boxes, and they made it still much of a. It was still grindy to the point where it was still seemed like Activision was still enticing you to spend money to do it, and it was still shit. It was still fucking shit. Little did we know it could get fucking worse. Black Ops 4, a game that everyone had been so excited for because it was another Treyarch game, and after Black Ops 3, people loved, putting microtransactions aside, people loved Black Ops 3. And so Black Ops 4 comes along, people are so excited, I'm fucking hyped, and I think the zombies is great in Black Ops 4, fucking amazing, I love it. People are a bit split on it, but I am a big fan of it personally. Black Ops 4 started off seemingly okay, and again, same situation. They waited a few months, and then, boom, microtransactions in at a later date again after launch. Fuck. Oh, but it got worse. It got so much worse. I think it was around May, June, probably May time, I think it was. They started introducing reserve cases. Throughout the first 8 months of the game's cycle, you could earn any new weapons in this like tier system, which I thought was okay. In Zombies, they made it unnecessarily hard in Zombies to get this stuff. They didn't have tier progression, which was fucking awful. But they kind of rectified that, and still, they should have had it from the beginning. But then they started putting new, as of this like May update, they started putting all new weapons only in these reserve cases, aka loot boxes. Cunts, a lot of them, cunts. Ah, fuck. And so I've experienced this, well, what Activision's business practices are like firsthand. And so, when we see with CTR, it's a Activision published game with a online multiplayer element with an in-game currency, I knew it. As soon as I saw that, I knew, yeah, this is going to happen. They are going to put microtransactions in at some point. And but just because, of course they were going to. Of course Activision are going to do this. The reason Activision do this is because they can make more money off it. It's to ensure that they can keep monetizing a game after its launch, because not only do they want to make more money, they also want to make their investors and their, what's the fucking word, shareholders happy. Because when shareholders and investors see that they can monetize a game after its release, they get happy, and a lot of that is because of greed. Just utter greed. And that's fucking awful. And that's the sad fucking state of the industry. I'm sorry to say that, but it really is. That is the honest, horrible reality of it. And it fucking sucks. So, hang on, I'm just gonna take a drink here because, ranting is tiring. I know, it's, fuck. And so, yeah, and then they put them into CTR. Now, I'm gonna be honest, in CTR, I think the earn rate for Wumpa coins is actually very good as it is. It's pretty good. They did tweak it a little bit. So some tracks got less Wumpa coins and some got more. Offline is fucking awful. You can't earn any Wumpa coins at all, and that is a big problem. Especially now that they've added microtransactions, it's a huge problem. The fact that they're not going to do anything about giving offline players an opportunity to get more any more coins, that's shit. I get that these microtransactions are optional. I get that. And I get that they're only cosmetic items. And that's okay. But here's the thing. These microtransactions are predatory. Activision know that, especially with a game like CTR, this is aimed at people who are nostalgic for the original CTR, and and also kids, because this is let's be honest, it's a cartoony game, it's a kart racer, it is aimed at kids, and to put something in like that for a game which is intended for kids, that's fucking shit. And Activision know that kids play this game. They know that kids play Call of Duty as well. They've always have been predatory. They know, let's be honest, a lot of COD's player base is young children. They may be 18 rated games for all we care. They still have a huge player base of young kids, and Activision know damn well that that's true. And so the microtransactions there are predatory for kids who don't know any better and who will just, who can't be fucking asked to play the game and will just spend their money. And that's unfortunately the reason why Activision keep putting these in, because people buy them. And it's shit. How do I feel about them specifically in CTR? I don't think they ruin the game as such. I'm annoyed that they're there though, because it worries me. As stated before, I've told you what happened with Black Ops 4. It started off with like, oh, they're just optional and it's just there if you wanted to help you grind through faster. Oh, but it got so much worse, as we saw. So much fucking worse. Like, we could eventually get to the point where we end up spending money, real money, for individual items. Yeah, it can get that bad. And it might do. That's why I'm worried. That's why I'm having to make this video. I was kind of indifferent to it when they sort of said, yeah, we're just having an option, because part of me thought, okay, they've not changed the earn rate and they've not raised the prices. So I can kind of sit back and just sort of be like, I don't like it, but I can tolerate it. But then at the same time, there were some subtle changes in the prices of things. Notably that Probulot bundle. What was it? The hover car. 9,000 Wumpa coins. That, with a skin and and all like the decals and stuff that come with the cart. That was rapidly expensive compared to, well, not rapidly, that was more expensive compared to other bundles we've got with carts and a skin. That's quite worrying, because that's quite, that kind of stuff would normally cost about 7,500 normally in the pit stop. And now they've subtly raised it. It's a subtle change. That's how that's what worries me. It's a subtle change. Activision are doing this. They are slowly pushing the boat out to see how far they can get away with it. I'm positive that's what they're doing. It sucks. Yeah, I think there's nothing else I can say. I don't like the fact they're in seat. I don't like the fact they're in there. Yes, I get that they're optional and they're only for customization features, but the thing is, it opens the door for the possibility for it to get worse. And to be honest, while I'm kind of okay, well, not really, but it's hard to say. I'm fine to still play the game as it is, because I can still earn a good amount of coins normally. I had a fair amount of quite a healthy amount of coins, over 20,000 saved up before the Grand Prix started, because I played this game too fucking much during July, and I managed to buy a fair amount of the stuff. I bought the Probulot bundle. I bought a couple of the skins, like the Entropy one and the Whipperoo one. Bought a couple of tires, I think, and maybe and the baby characters as well. I'm just worried. I am sincerely worried that Activision are slowly but surely going to push their luck, I think is what I'm going to call it. They're going to test the waters, as it were, and sort of see how far they can go and how much they can get away with this. That's why I'm fucking worried. Do I think they ruined the game? Not really, because I still love this game to pieces. Still absolutely fucking adore it. It was still one of my favourite games of all time. Absolutely love the way it plays, but I'm just scared. I'm just fucking scared that Activision are really gonna pounce on this and really fucking wring it out for all it's worth, and it sucks. I don't want this, because I genuinely feel that this may lead to Crash being fucking dead again, because people are going to hate it so much, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't want Crash to die again. We just got him back, for fuck's sake. It just worries me. And I've also hated what it's done to the community. The community have been very vicious and hostile, but now because of it, people who are strongly against microtransactions and want to leave the game because of it, that's completely fine. If it genuinely ruins your enjoyment of the game that much, you're completely within your right to not play the game if you don't want to. But people are saying, oh, how you're just being silly and overreacting. Guys, if people don't want to play the game, they're completely within their right to do that. And on the opposite end of things, if people still want to play the game, that doesn't mean that they're, sucking up to Activision. I still want to play this game. I love this game so much. It's a great game to play. When you take the microtransactions out of it, I fucking love it. But, if people still want to play the game, that's completely fine. It's a great game. I don't blame them. I think the unfortunate reality is that we sadly have to accept that they're in. And I know people have started this huge tirade like, get these microtransactions out of CTR, but I'm gonna lay some very hard, very sad truth on it, on a lot of you right now. Having experienced what Activision's business practices have been for the past 4 years with Call of Duty, they're not gonna remove these. I'm 99.9% sure they will not remove microtransactions. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. They genuinely do not give a fuck. That's so upsetting to hear, I know, but they don't give a fuck. They don't care. And you could say, yeah, oh yeah, but we can complain all you want. You can complain all you want. It will not make a difference. People have been furious at Activision for the past 4 years. With Black Ops 4. My god, people were fucking livid at the shit that they were trying to pull. Activision didn't give a shit. Carried on as usual. Fuck, man. This shit sucks. It really fucking does. I don't know what to say, really. Unfortunately, that's the reality of it. It's a shit fucking reality that, whether we like it or not, we have to unfortunately accept. Because I'm really sorry to say, I don't think Activision are going to back down. They haven't before, and they probably won't in this situation. It sucks. And one thing I need to say before we do this, none of this, absolutely none of this, is the fault of the Crash Bandicoot brand or Beanox. Beanox especially, they are not to blame for this. Do not go and send Beanox hate. They are not to blame for this. They are just the developers. I'm sure if they had their way, they would have not have had microtransactions in there. This is 100% Activision doing this. I guarantee you this. It's always them. Always, always them doing this. That's the sad thing. It's so upsetting to know that this is the sad, sad truth of it. And, it sucks. And look, I'm not your mum or anything. I'm in no right or place to tell you that you cannot go and buy these microtransactions. I can't stop you from doing that. Loads of people will still do it. I'm sure they will. But if you are, for the tons of people who are against it, like me, just don't buy them. Simple as, don't buy them. And that's the only way you can protest. Unfortunately, you just don't buy them. And to be honest, I don't think we need to buy them because the earn rates are pretty good as they are. We need to keep a very close eye, though. We need to keep a watch if any prices increase or if the earn rates drop. That's what you need to look out for, because that's what Activision may start doing. It's going to be very subtle. Believe me, if they do it, it will be subtle. They've done it already with the Probulop fucking car bundle. Just be aware. We all need to be aware. We all need to... We need to stop being hostile to each other. If people want to play the game, that's great. I don't blame you for not wanting to play the game. It's a fun as hell game. I love it as well. But if people want to leave as well, that's fine. I understand why they want to leave. They're pissed off. If it ruins the game that much for them, that's fine. And they're completely within their rights to leave. I don't blame them. I honestly don't think anything's going to come of it, unfortunately. Activision aren't going to do shit. And that's the sad thing of it. I'm sorry to leave it on such a downer note, but that's unfortunately how it's probably going to pan out. I'm sorry if this video seemed a bit all over the place and it seemed very just ranty and angry. I had to get this out though. I feel like it needed to be said. I saw Categories do this and I thought, yeah, I want to share my thoughts on this as well. I feel like it needs to. I feel like people need to say this. We need to say how we feel about this, and we need to say that it fucking sucks. Shit sucks, man. Fuck my life. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. The next video is not going to be a CTR one. It will be a bite-sized review on a game I've recently played. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry to make such a bit of a angry and just not a bit more out of the norm video, guys. Sorry if this has been ranty or rambly. I just wanted to give my honest thoughts on this. Fucking shit sucks. It really does. It could get worse, though. We need to keep that in mind. It really can get worse. We just need to keep a close eye on things and be cautious. And remember, this is Activision's fault. Not Beanox, not the Crash Bandicoot brand. Activision. And I hope if Activision actually do have a change of heart, I hope they do. Though I don't see it happening. I genuinely don't. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.